Good afternoon. How are you? Or should I say good night? I know it's pretty late over there, Saida. What time is it? Shalom. Submit to Christ. How is everyone today? 1:47 a.m. Yeah, that's what I thought. Wow. And you stay up late. It must be quiet. All the children asleep. Fine. What about you? Oh, I'm just doing on bed. Just see you. Can you guys hear me fine? I have the sound turned down. I can turn it up. Yes, all are sleeping. Oh wow, I will whisper then. Oh boy. Okay, I turned it up a little bit. So, well, I am honored you are in bed, um, tuning in to me. So, what's going on this past couple of days? Anything eventful? Let's see, four people. Who else is in this chat today? Alright, so my title, Homeschooling and Managing a Home Without Falling Apart. Submit to Christ is, well, trying to stay off meat while everyone else is eating it, and I have to cook it. It is a little tempting. I can imagine. Are you coming to say hi? You just say hi right here. Good job. What are you watching? Which movie are you watching? I don't know. You don't know the name of the movie? Oh boy. I can imagine. I said, eat it in moderation. Go ahead and eat the meat. But I do understand what you're what you're saying. Attempting. You have to have that willpower. I don't know where the spinner is. Oh, I don't know where the spinner is either. That is yours. She's sitting at the table with her math book. Is this mine? Yes, that is your math book. Is this mine? That's your math book. That's why I leave things on the table, because they will come in and get their own books and sit down and work. But I am eating some fake chicken. Mhm. What is it? Boca chicken. Boca burgers are pretty good. You making an O? But it's not the real thing. Nope, it's not. Like I was showing somebody yesterday. It's 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 uh it's the government that has gone. With everybody being trying to be more health conscious these days, uh, they are labeling more and more things, and this grass fed and antibiotic free and organic. That stuff is no more than a label. Things that are supposed to be organic, there are things still being injected into these products that they don't even have to disclose by FDA regulation. So the air, you know, it's the air that this food is being raised in and grown in is polluted. So anywhere it go, we're still being polluted. That's why I said if you're gonna eat it, go ahead and eat it. Just use moderation. But I did lose 2 pounds. Hooray! 2 pounds. What are you doing? Yes, everything's organic. And that's because, like I said, more and more people are turning towards organic. So they know that that's money. So the government is all about money. Mhm. Exactly. Moderation is the key. Yes, moderation. And you can try to pick reputable um, producers and farmers and things, but still, once it's packaged, they really don't have to disclose every little thing that's in it. Little girl, what are you doing? No. You don't know. So, homeschooling and managing the home. How do you all I see this a lot. A lot of people say, how do you homeschool and keep everything together because I'm falling apart. What do you all do to keep things together? Zion, what are you doing? Yeah, I know it's pretty sad. It's meant to cry. Yes, it is sad. Any tips, tricks, anything you wish somebody had told you before you started, but you just picked up along the way as far as trying to manage everything? So I'm just, I hear the falling apart part, but it never goes beyond that. So I'm trying to figure out what is falling apart. Pray, pray, pray. As far as I know, you know, laundry is not going to stop unless you just don't get dressed. Um, Cooking, you have to eat. Dishes, you can use paper plates and utensils. So that's one thing you can stop. You are going to pay out of pocket, but if the payoff is not having to wash dishes, then we do use paper plates. I learned that trick. I know everybody has, especially when they have a baby. Um, Use paper plates. Hmm, I wish time organization. I wish I knew more about time organization. Yes. Hmm. Eyebrows need to be done. Hmm. So I'm trying to think what else. Let's say laundry. And as far as time, really the key is to get up early. Get up early, a couple hours early before the kids, and that way you have some time to focus because that's what happens a lot of times. Midday, you run out of energy because you don't have time for yourself. You didn't have time to, just spend a little quiet time. And so everything seems overwhelming. I tried schedules and it just doesn't seem to work. Yeah, a lot of times they don't work. You can try, but yeah, it didn't always work. And then if the kids are small, then of course you tend to have to do the majority of things by yourself. So, but one thing I can say, or a couple things I can say is for those that are at that point where they're thinking about homeschooling, they're at that researching point or at the early stages. Right now, it's about to be summertime, and I usually say do this during the summer. Excuse me, but if you haven't started homeschooling, the first thing you need to do is clean out your house. Like you plan homeschool, everybody gets excited. Get excited about cleaning out your house. And what I mean, declutter everything. Minimum, just minimize everything. Whether it's dishes, it's clothes, outgrown clothes, um, what am I trying to say? Old paperwork. Just get rid of everything. Do a big purge. Get everybody involved. Minimize it. Have a place once you finish for everything and say, go through the house. This is where this goes. This is how this, line it up, color coded. I talked about the kids' closet. I used to have my kids' closet color coded to where they would have, I don't know, if they had 5 white shirts. And I'm saying that because, it could be a long sleeve, a short sleeve, a ruffled, or something like that. But if they had 5 white shirts, I would hang them up, usually shortest to long sleeve. And when I did laundry, or they needed a shirt, if I had the laundry and it was only one shirt, their shirt, I would tell them to take the hanger with the shirt on it, because that is white shirt number 3. That's how streamlined I was. And I knew the next time they came to me and they said, I need a shirt, I can't find this shirt, it's because they hung it in the wrong place. Or I would say, or I don't know what to wear with this, go get purple shirt number 2. And I didn't have to label them, I just knew where they were in the closet. Same thing if it were a dress, their jeans or pants or whatever. Um, that's just how I did things, and it made it so much easier to, because a lot of it fell on me. They would all run around the house. I can't find this. I can't find this. Where's this? Where's this? And it was always me. Like I just knew where it was. I'm like, yo, I don't have time to look for your stuff. If you put it where it belongs, you won't lose it. And same thing with toys. I know that's a big one. Get rid of the toys. Purge the toys. Seriously. What else? Um, just keep everything, to a minimum. Your any appliances that you're not using, any old dishes, get that stuff out of the house. Get rid of it. Old books that you truly don't need, get rid of it. And that way you can start fresh. And it's not to say you're going on a shopping spree, but you're going to start fresh, because what's going to happen is you're going to start homeschooling and you're going to start to accumulate things. And if you have a mess, and what I'm like, something like this, you guys know that's not a mess because we're moving, but this could be all over the house really fast. That would drive me crazy. It's driving me crazy because it could fall. But this could happen really fast in our house. If everybody just started dropping stuff, gosh, and then nobody wants to pick it up. So you need to have a place designated for everything in the house, and have a basket. I know a lot of people do this. We had 2 stories, a lot. Majority of our homes were 2 stories. I would keep a basket on the stairs, and anything that needed to go up, we would put it in the basket, and anything that they took up that needed to come down, we would, I would, because nobody was there, I would just throw it down the stairs. That's how I cleaned up. But I only did that when they weren't at home. We would keep a basket at the top and just put the stuff in the basket and bring it down. We had a area at the front door for all of the coats, all of the shoes, all of the my dad and we are asleep. Okay. All of the mittens and what else? You know what? And I had some of these things. That was what I used IKEA for. I had a big, and I forgot what it was called. It's basically a hanging wardrobe, and I think I only paid probably $40 for it. Let's see, yeah, probably $40 from IKEA. It and on the bottom of it, it was like a bronze color. It was really tall, really sturdy. It had a like a I'm trying to say like a little rack. It was a bar rack. It was all connected and on wheels too, so you could put the shoes on it. But IKEA has so many things that you can use for organizing, and I had those Velcro, and you can get these anywhere. The little shoe pockets that you Velcro to your closet bar. I had some of those, and then they had these pockets that were drawer size. So we would throw like jump ropes and things like, I guess if I had a baby, I would throw a diaper bag there or something like that. Just stuff that you grab going out the door, your purse, but stuff like that. Little hacks like that really help speed things up. That way you're not scrambling for things, and those things don't end up all over the house, because those are things that end up everywhere. If you go to the library and use backpacks, that's something that will go there. So you kind of have to create things that work within the home and not clutter it. And it didn't look bad because I ran the business. I had child care children that really helped with them too, to put all their backpacks and their shoes and stuff like that, because we don't wear shoes in our house. So that's just how it worked. Everybody come in, stop, put your shoes right there. I kept slippers. If somebody had a thing about taking their shoes off. Um, Socks. I always kept brand new socks, because you're not going to walk in my house with your shoes on. That's another thing. If you can, that cuts down on the cleaning. And so I'm a stickler about the floors. I have to, mop every day. If I have to vacuum, I used to vacuum every day, all day. But get a routine to where you don't have to do as much housework. You want the majority of your time to be put into schoolwork and prep work. Um, Dinner, you have to cook, crock pot. Meal plan, I have shared how to keep inventory. If you keep a nice inventory, and what else did I do? Pantry organization. That was a couple of years ago. Somebody asked me for those videos, and they're very popular. But that's how I do things. That also speeds things up, and it, you end up keeping food in your house. I see a lot of people that go shopping weekly. I used to do that, and for me, it doesn't matter. Budget wise, it won't affect. I know some people have to wait until they get paid, or they only budget out so much. Having raised a family all these years and groceries, it's cheaper to shop by the month. You go to the store once a week, you're automatically gonna spend $150. I could spend $400 or $500, and 500 is splurging it. That's on everybody for the whole month. And we have lived in different states, and I know Texas is cheap. This cheap food wise, very cheap. California is very expensive, but even when we lived there, I didn't go shopping once a week because it was not effective. You tend to like impulse buy. So if you sit down and actually plan out and organize, you come out cheaper than trying to go back and forth. And it's just mainly the food storage. That's why I share the using jars, and you may not even have a pantry all the time. A bookshelf will work. I have a bookshelf now, I think a 5 shelf bookshelf that serves as a pantry. But if you shop and you keep your staples on hand, that'll definitely cut back. The only thing you will have to go to the store for is your fresh things, and that shouldn't take you but 20-30 minutes to go to the store and get each week or 2 weeks. So that's a big one. Also, errands, keep your errands to a minimum, keep your appointments to a minimum. Those things can tend to be very crazy, especially with a large family. Just physicals, most doctors will only see 3 children at a time. So imagine if you have more than that. For us, we would do 2 a day. So look how many days we had to spend going to the doctor just for physicals. And the same thing with the dentist. We could easily spend all day in the dentist. Sometimes on a Sunday, I cook for a couple days. So, yes, that's another thing. Bulk. Sometimes I cook. A lot of times I cook because I'm bored, not because I'm hungry. I just like to cook. And the kids will eat. I don't always eat, but I will cook up food and just put it away. On times that I have things in the freezer, I just keep it going. That way, when I don't want to cook, I don't have to cook. So, yeah, invest in your crock pot and use it. It's so easy just to throw things together in a crock pot and to keep those items, beans and frozen vegetables and things like that are easy. Pasta. There's so many things that you can do in a pinch and just, have set aside. And the soups are really good, and I shared how to jar them. That way you have portions already in the refrigerator, and you don't have to worry about going in and making something. Um, Another one, muffins. We keep muffins on hand. I know the other day you all saw, and I know I probably had some head turns because they got up and we were here for good couple of 3 hours, and it was breakfast time. But I had already set their breakfast out. And so they know to go in and get their breakfast. My kids are self-sufficient. So it's just been something that once they learn, they express an interest in helping themselves. I teach them how to help themselves. They're not at the stove, but they know how to go in and get them, what they need to eat, and they eat just fine. And sometimes it may happen that I'm on the phone in a meeting or something, and I really can't be interrupted. So I do keep things in there. My four happy faces. Savior. Hi. Thanks for joining us. What else? And that's another thing. I know a lot of people homeschool near the kitchen, and I hear a lot of people say that um, they end up eating all day. That is a bad thing. Try to stay out of the kitchen if you can. I know the dining room table seems to be a common, but that does not mean you have to eat all day. Keep another thing. Make snack bins, and if you can go in every, I know refrigerator space is limited for a lot of people, especially if you're doing the once a month shopping. Um, Ours usually happens like by the second or third day. I usually have everything in order. Well, my 9-year-old son on my laptop. Okay. I will go in and start chopping up all the veggies and fruit and things like that and putting them in little containers. That way, that stuff is already prepped. And in turn, I'm making salads. So, an hour, and I've prepped enough, for a couple days. That way, I don't have to spend time in there doing that. But yeah, keep the snacks already handy. If you're running out the door, you can easily grab some snacks. And you have no cleanup work. Again, we're back in that dishes thing. You can end up washing dishes, especially with a lot of people. That can turn into all day. And, whether you have a dishwasher or not, it's still a tedious job. The living room is best, in my opinion, especially if you live in a small space. Excuse me. Ooh. Yeah, I think the living room is a good place. My four happy faces. He said, you said his name. He was happy. Really? Hi, Xavier. What you doing on your mom's laptop? So, and laundry. So let's see about laundry. I used to only do laundry Thursday and Friday, and then I had the older girls, on I taught them how to do laundry. So they had a day they would do their laundry. But Friday was pretty much cleanup day. I like the house to be clean. So, because that was my off day. And I would spend that time cleaning up and going to the grocery store and things like that. Now I do laundry pretty much every day. And when I say Friday, I would start on Thursday because just with the 5 older ones, I would count something like 21 loads. Yeah. And that's because I do linen separate. I do uh, dish towels separate, towels separate, and it adds up. I stopped separating clothes or sorting them. There's no need to do that. It does not affect their clothes at all. Now I pretty much wash stuff every day. So um, usually what we have on at the end of the day goes in the washer, and it's wearable again the next day. And if I have to do any linen, I'll do the linen, towels, whatever. But I'm usually doing at least 1 to 2 loads a day still. I just kind of, like I said, one at night after everybody has taken their bath. The last person goes in the shower or bath is when I start the laundry. So I don't really have to worry. And then, because it's right by the bathroom, usually if I'm running in and out of the bathroom is when I'm switching out laundry. So it's not a major deal. And doing laundry more frequently, I pull the things out, fold them up right there, take your laundry, put it away, and it's nothing thrown in a basket. I stopped using the baskets because the laundry would pile up. Now, I keep the baskets, and honestly, I just emptied one because we got so behind, but that drove me crazy because I let the basket sit for a month. And that was in large part because kids were going in their drawers and just pulling everything out. So I said, you know what? I'm going to leave all your clothes in this basket and you get dressed out of the basket because I'm tired of folding your laundry, putting it in a drawer, and you're just pulling it out. And so I don't require them to keep things folded until they get about 7. I fold them, give them to them. They take them to their drawers. How they put them in there, I don't know. I'll open the drawer and half of it will still be folded and half of it won't. So, yeah. But my kids, like I said, about 7 is when I usually require them to be on top of their laundry and not pull everything out. Because my kids are the type, if they wash their hands and they get a drop of water on them, want to go change clothes. I'm like, no, water will dry. So, I'm trying to think. When you don't have a dryer, things take longer to dry. Yes. We grew up without a dryer, but we had a washer. My mom would hang the laundry just on hangers around the house, and it dried. It was my job to get everything down when it dried. And then, if you all watch my video, it was a mess around here for a while with the laundry. I could deal without the dryer, but the washer I have to have. But the dryer blew, but it wasn't blowing warm. So it took forever. So I had constant backup laundry for months because this vent issue. So that day I got that dryer fixed. Oh my gosh, it took me 24 hours, 24 straight hours to do all the laundry, all the linen. And that was just the beast, having no dryer in the linen. Um, but that was the happiest 24 hours of my life to be able to wash and dry normally. Um, yeah, like I said, once you clean house and really purge and everything has a spot, you should not have a problem. It's just the maintenance, and you have to understand not to go cluttering and gathering and, I have this space and I can do this or that. That wasn't the point. It was just to minimize everything. That'll take away all that stress. You're not cleaning so much. Um, I know a lot of people are into kitchen gadgets and appliances. Those things are fun, but they also take up space. Keep that stuff to a minimum. Keep your dishes to a minimum. Keep your clothes to a minimum. The more you have to maintain, the harder it becomes. And, I know especially with kids, toys is like the number one thing. The kids don't play with them. They really don't. When you look at it, they don't play with stuff. We keep, all their homeschool manipulative puzzles and things like that. Those are their toys. I think everybody has one doll. They have scooters, jump ropes, a hula hoop, a couple of little personal things, toy wise, but they're not big. 'Cause I don't want to be cleaning up and having toys just overrun my house. That's just, mm-mm. I have enough to deal with um, around here than to have to clean up constant toys all over the place. And, just have a designated place for them, put them up in a closet, in a bed, under the bed, in a bed, and, have designated times. That way the kids are not just constantly pulling toys out. And so once you do start homeschooling, set a time frame, a decent time frame. I know every state has laws, and you have to follow certain hours. You might not want to do traditional 8 to 3, school day. Uh, Usually 9 to 1, 10 to 1, 10 to 2 is what everybody kind of falls within that time frame. Then that's what you should be doing on a daily basis. I think a lot of people think because we're at home, we can be flexible, which is true, but then you tend to end up watching TV, going to cook during your school time, you're doing laundry. Don't do that. That kind of sets you up. Once you clean up, things are going to become easier. You'll be able to move around easier. So you don't have to do all that multitasking like that. You eat breakfast, clean it up, and keep moving. Lunch, once you've prepped, it should be out. You heat it up, eat, clean it up, put it away, what have you. It shouldn't be something long and drawn out. Do the dishes after school, not during school. At a certain point, I say 4 o'clock, school should be done, or they should be doing, busy bands or games, something that they don't need help with. You set them at the table if they're little, in the living room floor, and let them do. And then you clean up from lunchtime so that you can get dinner done. If you're, using your crock pot, you do that in the morning when you get up, and then you have no prep work. I know a lot of families. Some don't like leftovers. Okay, well, you know what? Freeze the leftovers and pull them out next week, and they're not leftovers anymore. But if I make something enough of something, and we happen to have leftovers, then they're going to eat leftovers. I'm not going to go and start a whole new meal just because you ate that last night. And I'm not a short order cook either. As they eat what I give them, and so one night, 2 nights a week, I ask them what they want, and that way everybody's satisfied. And let's see, what did we do? For example, last night, I don't know, they ate lunch kind of late, so they had waffles for dinner, and that was fine. I don't try to make things harder than they are. I don't give them too many options, and that way I don't have to worry about dealing with power struggles. Let's see, 6. Let's see. All right, who all is still in here in this chat with me? Mm, I would like to hear from you. What are some of the things that you found to kind of shortcut your day? Um, and if things are falling apart, what's going on? Maybe we can try to get things under control, so there's not constant chaos and you feel like you're failing. I said there's no schedule. I've always had a system. Systems work a lot better than schedules. So you probably just need to tweak your system after you purge the house. To keep adding that, because if you don't purge the house, no system is going to work at all. And I'm not saying take a piece of paper and put it in a drawer so it's out of sight. Get rid of it. I think I just went through kids' closet and just took everything off the hanger, bagged it up, called somebody and said, here, there's 6 bags. Take these bags with you. You have kids, you have friends with kids, take them. And that's what I did. Sometimes that's what you have to do because you just, it's overwhelming. Yeah, I would like to know, what do you all do? I mean, on a daily, how do you manage um, breakfast? Are you getting up, making what every day? Lunch? What's for lunch? Your typical homeschool days, what are you doing for meals? Like, what you have may help somebody else here.
Mom, I got you some fries or sometimes.
Thank you very much. And you got me a bottle of water. Thank you. I'm so tired. It seems like it's later than it is here today. I'm sorry, did you ask a question? Um, yeah, I was asking for just general comments from everybody as far as how they're keeping it together, and if they think that they're failing, what is it that you're failing at? Because maybe we can work on tweaking the system. And what else did I say? What does breakfast look like? Average breakfast, average lunch, average dinner. What do you do for meals? Because it may give somebody else in here some ideas. That way you're not having to scramble for meals or run out for fast food. See a couple of people in here. Nobody's talking. It's quiet. Do I need to? I don't know. I hope I'm not. I don't know. Not scaring you all, but something that you all have to offer could actually help me. Oh, okay. Well, I know I need to get up earlier. Okay, that's a start. Yeah, because we know homeschooling is a job. Because we're teachers. We're not mom. We're teachers, and you have to get up to teach, to go to work. So that's something that everybody should be doing. No, you're not scaring me. LOL, you're being raw and honest. Oh, thank you. Submit to Christ. It's just quiet in here. Nobody's talking. Am I that boring? Is everybody just trying to be shy? Don't be shy. Yeah, time management is a big one. And, honestly, a lot of people still are not, I get the I don't know, disbelief that I'm managing. I'm not saying I'm perfect at doing things. I don't watch TV. I cannot stress that enough. TV and social media can eat up all your time. I try to keep things to a minimum. I don't even know if I've been on Instagram to post anything, but there's so much stuff that I haven't even, I wanted to share a couple of pictures of the kids and I didn't. Um, but yeah, you have to keep it to a minimum. I have slacked on the vlogs because, yeah, to get the new, the stuff I added in curriculum wise. I'm going to film that just like I filmed yesterday's video yesterday and put it up. I will film it probably tomorrow on Tuesday and be done with that. But that is something time consuming. I imagine if I watch TV, I wouldn't be vlogging as much and uploading as much because that is time consuming. I know yesterday's video was 55 minutes. That was a long video, and not I mean 55 minutes for what I had to talk about. But somebody, the last time they vlogged, forgot to charge the extra battery, and so the battery that was in the camera was already dead. So halfway into the recording, the battery died, and the extra battery was dead. So it took me probably 4 hours because I had to charge the batteries um, to actually record that when it would have taken just the footage time, and then it would have taken me like 2 hours by the time I put everything together and then get it uploaded. Because sometimes YouTube is like 30 minutes just to upload stuff. But that took me 4 hours, but it's because I care about you all. So 4 hours of my time. If I was watching TV, that would have been 4 hours of my TV time. So, but normally I can get a vlog recorded. The time it takes me to record it in like 30 minutes, 40 minutes to get it to edit and upload it. So, also, I need to manage my time. I'm learning how to tackle two completely different learning styles. Submit to Christ says. Also, she says, I am almost finished the year's lesson. I will take a break and probably start back up in July. I'm good. Yeah, that'd be a good deal. Um, yeah, like I said, once you streamline get your schedule, or not your schedule, your system streamlined, you should not have any problem. And then if you have to, well, you will have to. But when you take breaks, like I say, I always take random teacher in service days. If I get up Monday morning and I don't want to do anything, we're not having school. My mind might be somewhere else, or maybe I didn't sleep well or something like that, and I don't badger myself. I give myself a lot of grace. Sometimes it may be 2 days straight. It may take me 2.5 days. It may only take a half a day before I decide, okay, let's do schoolwork. They'll come in here and get their own stuff and do it, but for me to kind of really get it together, sometimes I just don't feel like it, and I don't feel bad, but I don't let that go really far. That just gives me time to mentally get my brain in check to keep things going. Submit to Christ says as they get older and more work will be required. So I really have some praying to do this summer. Yeah, more work, definitely. And then you really have to learn how to split your time because if you have kids that need you, need you right there, then, that's another thing. A lot of parents, and I think that may where the fail comes in is if you have more than one child and that child is one that needs you right there, but you're thinking about, oh, I need to go get lunch ready, or I forgot to take out something for dinner. I can see where you say things are failing. I'm behind on laundry. So I say you have to streamline, have pajama day. Keep the clothes to a minimum. One piece. If you have girls, put them in dresses. The simplest things. Don't complicate clothes. Uh, Outfits, don't complicate it. Give them a basic t-shirt, pair of pants, and let them go. Don't spend a whole lot of time trying to, the fanciness, because that just adds to the levels. You can save that for, your special dress when you want to go out. You want to have something different. But I see why so many will just do polos and jeans, or just a simple skirt and a top for, a t-shirt for um, for the girls because it's just so simple. There's no ironing. You just wash and wear. And, that's the same with me. I keep things simple so that I don't have to worry. It's a good, like I said, summertime, it's a good time to go through closets, go through your own closet, purge, get rid of things that don't fit, the things that you don't really wear. If you haven't worn it, good thing I used to do is every season I would go through the closet. My hangers would be turned one way. If I didn't wear that thing within uh, the month, I would turn the hanger backwards. At the end of the season, if that hanger is still turned backwards, I would get rid of that item of clothing because I didn't wear it within that season. So obviously, I didn't need it. And you just use if it's something like dress clothes or something like that, you still have to use your discretion. If you're honestly not wearing it, you're just holding it, get rid of it. So thinking about, think about it. Yeah, definitely. Get a plan. After you get the house in order and everybody knows where everything goes. I mean, you actually have a place for everything, and you know that you have to maintain it. And after you do that, then you start your planning because I know for many people they cannot plan when there's chaos. It's just constant chaos. So after you streamline, you'll be able to start planning the homeschool. But I wouldn't even attempt to homeschool. I'd love for all if my house is in disarray. I wouldn't do it. It could set you back. I know a lot of people are moving this time of the year as well, and then you have to, or some people had to stop schooling early like in March, I know a family that moved out of state in March, and they had just moved. They did like 2 moves, a lot of kids. But if you have to stop school, obviously you have to stop school and use your reason. You have to set things back up. Don't attempt to start school with chaos if you have to set your house back up, because that is going to be a mess. You can, do some light things, but I wouldn't attempt to go full on, we're going to school. If it takes you till September to get yourself in order, that's fine. Go a little bit longer. Go till, the end of June, July, whatever it takes. But don't push it. If you don't start school till December, I'm one. I can't think of the country that does that. They actually start in December. Um, so be it. We are flexible in that way. So make it work for you. We're talking about love for all. We're talking about organizing, purging the home. Is it possible? Let me turn my volume up. Is that better? I'm more hear the echo now. Um, we're talking about purging the home before starting to homeschool. Mike, and just going through the house and just getting rid of everything, streamlining clothes, toys, uh, linen, dishes, everything. Just streamline and have a home for everything in your house. Not just start moving things and rehousing. Get rid of things. You want to become minimalist. That way you can think. And it's not, the mess is going to be there, but you don't want to add. You want to take away. I'm not going to be a slave to cleaning up the house all day, because eventually they're going to grow up and be gone, and there's not going to be a mess. But at the same time, you want to not be overwhelmed in the midst of homeschooling. So you want to streamline. You want to make sure that you're making decent meals, whether you're freezer cooking or you're cooking, double batches, or, say a sandwich night and you still cooked and you put that in the refrigerator for tomorrow, that type of thing. Other than that, I can't really see why anybody would be failing. Most people do not homeschool 365, 7 days a week. So even in laundry, the average person can do laundry in a couple of hours. If you have to spend Saturday the same way you get up and go hang out at Target or somewhere, if you need to do laundry and not hang out at Target. Do that. I know it's fun, but if you finish the laundry, then you could go hang out at Target. I will, let's see, love for all. No, Cement says a clear home brings a clear mind. Yes, definitely. Love for all. I will be going through my home soon. Help me, Mocha. My 2 kids are going off to college in August. Did you reorganize the room? To get rid of the room. Get rid of it. You take your junk with you, or it's subject to be gone. Um, let's see. I have very few things.
Oh no.
But yeah, mainly I tell them to take it, or they just don't need it, and they don't need it. What are you doing? Shh. What movie are you watching?
X-Men.
Oh my goodness, I don't like that. Go sit. I don't like those kind of movies. So yeah, if you're going to repurpose the rooms, then just reorganize the rooms and try not to store so much. Let them take what they need to take and tell them, give them a box and say this is what you can keep here, and it has to fit in a box. I just got overwhelmed. I would say really overwhelmed, but going through schoolwork from, let me say, from the beginning of the school year, from July, August, September, up until now, there was a lot of papers. I don't think I shared that. I vlogged a little bit, but it was a big trash bag. And so just the schoolwork is just, that's a lot of stuff. Cannot hold on to that. I've been going through mail and things that I should have gone through a long time ago. Some things that I did go through, and I held on to it a little bit longer, and I said it's time for me to let it go for real this time, because I don't feel like putting all that stuff in a box. So, yeah, you have to purge, 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 purge. Right. Makes sense. I didn't want them to feel like they had no identity at home. I take pictures of some of the little schoolwork instead of keeping all the paper. Right, love, bro. I know a lot of people scan it and they'll make a book out of it. So that's a good idea. I do the videos, but I have taken a lot of pictures. I go through my Google Pics. I have a lot of pictures I've taken of the kids. A lot of stuff I haven't shared, and one day I keep saying I may make like make a yearbook, but I never get to it. But I have all the pictures and stuff, especially the early years of the little ones. We did a lot of cool science projects. They had what did we do? We made the model of blood out of I think it was food coloring, water, and oil. And for some reason, they dropped some grapes in the water bottle, and I guess that was the white blood cells. But yeah, we try not to hold on to all the stuff, just the nice stuff, and then I think of the future. Is it worth keeping all that stuff? It's not. We do the interactive notebooks as a way of keeping some of their stuff, but I don't want to even have too many of those. It's just paper adds up really, really quickly. Oh, wow, sounds fun. Yeah, I can't remember. I know we vlogged it. It was just early. It was probably about 2014, maybe 15. I don't know. Let's see, because I know I didn't start this channel doing homeschool stuff. It was something completely different. It was large family, but I didn't include any homeschooling. So like a couple years. Yeah, they did a lot of cool in the I know we did the experiment with the milk and the food coloring, the color mixing. Yeah, they did a lot of stuff. But yeah, yeah, they don't, not that they don't have any identity, but give them a box and say, this is what you get to keep here. Um, there's always storage options, rent you a storage space. But kids will definitely try to keep everything at home. I know when I left home, I took everything. I cleaned up first, and then everything I didn't want, I threw out. But I took everything with me. I need to look up that experiment. Yeah, what it is you take, I can't remember what it is. You pour some milk in a shallow dish, a little bit of milk, and you make like a triangle of food coloring drops, three different colors or whatever, and then take a Q-tip, cotton swab, dipped in dish detergent, put it in the middle of the milk, and lightly swirl it, and it'll turn into a rainbow.
I'm gonna try how to sell it.
Okay, in just a minute.
Okay.
Yes, that's what she was doing today. She said she was gonna leave some stuff. Yeah, yeah, that's good. But yeah, hold them accountable for their stuff when they come home. For breaks and stuff. Hey, what are you gonna do with this stuff? You know, because they will tend to leave things and not a storage, not at all. Hmm. Back to my other question. Breakfast. What do we do for meals? Are you? I mean, is everybody getting up, making a hot breakfast, or is it cereal or warm cereal? What do we do for breakfast on school days? She's screaming about. Overall, that's right. Not the storage. Yeah. I know not everybody owns their home. So just imagine if you had to move and then you had to pack up all the stuff they left behind. Yeah, make them take that stuff. I make breakfast, but the littles like cereal. Yes, yes. My kids will eat cereal, brown cereal. But yeah, they will eat cereal. And we do fruit with this cereal, oatmeal, and things like that. Did I lose my sound? Hmm. Alright. Um, there's my sound. I don't know what happened. Sometimes cereal, but not always. I'm flexible. Sometimes oatmeal, sometimes eggs, turkey bacon. Okay, are you making breakfast before they get up or after they get up? You do turkey bacon too. Because remember, we're trying to time manage. Because you see, oatmeal you can do in the crock pot. I know it's quick, but that's something you can do in a crock pot too. They always have to eat when they get up. They take a shower and get to work. Mine usually to have a bath at night or a shower at night. Um, Me, sometimes I do both. It just depends after they get up. I try not to feed one because usually one child is up before everybody else. He's always up, or usually it's the boys. I try not to feed them first, but sometimes I do. If they act like they can't wait, they will have some cereal. And when I cook, they don't get because they can't wait. And so they stop doing that because they prefer me to make. Now, if I'm doing, we still use eggs. If I'm doing eggs, I will make enough and just leave some in the refrigerator. That's another shortcut. A lot of times, burritos, breakfast burritos, or even for lunch. So eggs are something that you can cook in bulk. I know for us that can be, way more than a dozen eggs at a time, but it will save time. Even the bacon. The little one takes showers at night. Well, for all the big one needs to clean it, but when she gets up, oh my hand is. Yes, we love breakfast grill. Yes, you can do that stuff in bulk. And you can go through and have a Saturday making freezer burritos. So keep that in mind as well. Also, bean burritos. Your kids, my kids will eat bean burritos, bean and cheese burritos. Um, Keep them in the freezer. Even their sandwiches. We'll bulk freeze sandwiches. So we don't have to worry about making a sandwich. Speaking of which, this little girl did tell me she's hungry. So I know that's my cue. But yeah, we'll have twice a week either oatmeal or grits. We eat grits. What happened?
There was a fruit.
Who?
Yeah.
What did he say?
There's there's a pack of fruit. There's all I want fruit.
A pack of food?
He's a burrito.
He does. We'll go get some. But for I stopped doing breakfast in bulk because they act like they didn't know it was in there. They just wanted me to cook. Oh no, honey, that's when you go get you some pots and pans while they not looking and put that stuff in pot and pan like you just cooked it. Yeah, I want to get picky. Mine want to act like that, but you know, I do my food like that a lot. I would just cook things and just, meal prep. And I find them sneaking in my stuff. So I'm like, if you can sneak and eat my stuff, you're gonna eat what I bulk made already. But yeah, that's what you do. You just go in there, take your shower. Let me go in here and cook, and you pull that stuff out and put it in a pot pan. They'll never know the difference. And what you didn't smell it? Yeah, I could smell it. It was cooking. Mm,
Just too
that's too heavy.
heavy. Yeah.
Mm,
It's too heavy.
it's too heavy. Okay.
Too
Mm, goodness. Mm, my eyebrow. You guys do your eyebrows? My eyebrows are so a hot mess. Mm, I need to be filled. Oh, somebody bothering baby. Nobody bothering. Did you go in there and get your food? Did you go ask for some?
No.
Why not?
Oh,
What happened? Why didn't you go ask?
it's too.
He didn't want to give you some? Did he give anybody else some?
No.
He didn't share it? That's not good if he didn't share. Looks fine to me. Mine are natural art. Girl, no, all of this is real sparse.
Oh,
My kids always talk about my girls. That's them big girls. They are a mess. They've been like this. That's just how they go. But I need to shape them.
after your snacks.
Like over here and over here. I just need to I need to brush them. You asked for snack? Oh, goodness gracious. What did you do? Oh, here it is. Natural. I wish mine were naturally arched though. It's still potty training, so I have to stay up late. Oh yes, I've been encouraging this one to wake me up, but she won't wake me up to go. So I don't know. I'm just grateful that she is going by herself. I started putting my potty in the bedroom. Yeah, that's what I used to do for my little ones. I would put the potty in there, but they would, or my older ones, they would, because I had a gate. We were upstairs, so I had a gate into their room and up to the stairs. But they would go to the bathroom by themselves. So we just made sure the gate stayed at the stairs. Submit to Christ says I get up at 5:30 a.m. put them in the body, but I end up going back to sleep. Girl, get up at 7. Get up at 7. I said I try to keep mine up. They like their night owls, but I try to keep them up. If they're up, it's not. I'm not being bad. My older kids would go to bed. They would start going to bed at 8 o'clock, 8:30. And that's because they had to get up. and actually go out of the house to school. They will stay up 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I would stay up that time. And with them up, I get no time because I'm used to putting kids in the bed and then having time. That has happened, like half the week lately, but that's the reason why I get up earlier. I'm up about 7, sometimes 6:30, but I let them stay up so that they will sleep in. Because if not, I wouldn't have any time at all. Because there's so many of them, there's no guarantee that everybody's going to sleep the same amount of time. So I try to, I've been reading them to sleep, and then they stay asleep. Love for all. No, Savette Curry says, love for all. The potty is in the bedroom, but will they not get up and go? I don't want them to have an accident. So tell them I have to get them up. Okay. Love for all, sis. Man, I know you be tired. Love for all. I put pull-ups on my little at night still. My little is a night owl. Yeah. I'm looking. Who else is in this chat? We have, it's still kind of quiet. Some people just sitting in and listening. My younger, Smith says, my younger one is in disposable diapers still, and my older one is underwear. Mm-hmm. And at nighttime can be definitely a mess. As soon as I see daylight, I'm up. Honestly, I go to sleep at 12 and I'm up definitely by 7. So I'm not a sleeper. I like sleep. I don't take naps in the day. That's one thing. I can't sleep in the daylight unless I'm seriously sick, but I'm not a napper. So I don't sleep. I sleep straight through. I just don't need a lot of sleep to function. Maybe a shot. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I don't nap either unless I'm sick. Yeah. Yeah, because when you have little kids and you try to take a nap, oh, that's cold. Let's destroy the house. So yeah, what happened to my audio? Oh no. So yeah, no, I know some people are watching and can't comment, but I know some watch and um, our show. I just want to welcome everybody to join in the conversation because I know how it is, and I'll pop in chat, and sometimes I just listen. But the goal is to join in the chat. Uh, Definitely much quieter today. That's what I like. Given the fire that was in the last chat, I don't know. That just left me, I wasn't feeling bad or anything, But I was like some of y'all, what did I scroll up on in here? I just, you know, like I said, I don't like to have that kind of negativity and to have, that brought before you all because we're all homeschooling parents and to have somebody, one person pointing fingers at us, that does not sit right. Not at all. Well, for all, LOL. Yes, it's quiet. Yeah. Yes, that was something. Then I get attacked. I'm like, what? Yes, love for all. Yes, yes. I got the attack of me. I know I was not expecting anything like that. But I know I put myself out here on YouTube. But for her to directly attack me the way she did, go in on me, proper education. That means all of us are not properly educating our children, not just me. So that right there just told me there was a left brain person. And yeah, no need to feel bad. It wasn't your fault. Some people intentions just are not right. Sadly. Oh yeah, that's so true. That's so true. So yeah, I have to be careful. Um, you know, when I see somebody that looks like they're looking for attention like that, I don't entertain that. I don't entertain it at all. What you doing? Again, I've sat in chats and just seen people go off just crazy. They're out of control, and that's not something I want. Where's he at? Okay. Get off in just a second. Let's go get you something. Oh my goodness. Hmm. Knocking up. We're getting ready to go bye bye. And as it says, if people are watching that have ill intent, then it's best to stay quiet. Yes, 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 yes. So, hopefully today was productive for you all, and it won't be so overwhelming. You can learn how to let go of the reins. But like I said, the my biggest advice is to purge at home. Become minimal. Get rid of them kids' toys. They don't need all of this and that. Uh, Minimize the clothes and clutter. Yeah, I'm gonna go ask him. That way you can get a better system in place. Oh, you hold on. One of these right there will not have. I don't know. Yes, I have one. Yeah, don't tell me. You can have this one. Come here. You can have this one. Don't tell anybody. Unless she will tell somebody. I love toys. I think I'm the problem. Love for you love toys. Yeah, if you want to clean them up, that's fine. And if you have, I mean, if you have somewhere to put them. Because I'm not going to say, as sometimes, like I said, we did have a lot of toys, and they weren't all my kids' toys, but they had a place to put them, and I didn't have to worry about seeing them. So as long as you have somewhere to put them and not just close the door and the room is a mess, don't do that. Yes, I'm about to close well. So I have to go take care of the little plus my bag. So that you're doing, joy and love for all. Yes. But yeah, like I said, hopefully, like you took that away, and you can realign your system, get your system in place, you know, and prioritize and then go for it, you know, after the summer, uh, September, plan your homeschool. Don't rush into it. And that just holds true, every season. Do the same thing. That way it'll keep running smoothly. So, MM7, shalom, my dear. We shall speak soon. Thank you for your time and effort. I have learned so much. Shalom. Oh, yeah, once you do things the first time, and then you maintain them, it's a lot easier. So every season, you go through with the clothes. Don't go buying more clothes because you have to, do the same thing. Obviously, you're going to get rid of things that the kids outgrow. Yes, get rid of them. Don't hold them. Things that they destroy, get rid of them. When you replace things, get rid of something. As long as you do it right then and there, you won't have to worry about so much in the end. Shalom, have a blessed homeschool. Yes, you too. Guess that's why we need some. Yeah, you need some time to think and organize. So I say take some time. If sometimes some mornings I get up and I just don't want to do anything, it'll be 4 o'clock before I can mentally get in gear for school. And I don't feel bad because I know that if I don't have it together, they're not going to be learning anything, quality. I don't want my mind to be thinking about I need to go wash the dishes or I need to go sweep or something like that. I think I'm the most organized person. Yeah, and that's how I am. It could be a pencil. I know where that pencil is. Have you seen that red pencil? Yep, I saw it. I know exactly where it is. I could tell them to go get it. But when it comes to them, they don't know where it is. So, and it's because I like to keep my things in a certain spot. And they would say, how did you know that was there? It's because I like to keep my things in the same place. I don't have time to go looking for them. So I can tell if you move something. Yes, that's true. Yeah, yeah, that just bothers me so much if somebody moves something. I just don't like it. So that's why I try to make sure everything has a place so nothing gets moved. But I'm gonna get in here, and these kids are asking for a sandwich tonight. So, mm, so weird. But that is, I think that's what they're gonna do. Sandwich and fruit night, and I'm gonna finish. I had to slow down. I said I was gonna have this done, but I did something really bad. I've been packing so fast. I packed up my I pulled the bed off of the table, the work bed, and I put the phonics binder away, my lesson plan binder away finally. And I don't know who can label no boxes because I've been tired. But I didn't even label the box with the right thing. And I did that in the hall too. There's some boxes in the hall. I opened the box up looking for something. What I put on the box was not even in the box. I'm that tired. But anyway, I put the child's CVC stuff because it was in the bin. And I thought, oh my gosh, what have I done? So I had to open up boxes looking for this couch. I need to get another one. But I said, let me stop because a lot of things I need are in here. And I said, if I just mentally, I just want to take them and put them in a box. But if I do, I'll be in trouble. Yep, I'm coming in 2 minutes. Oh, I need to slow down. But this is getting ready to go in the box. Yep, 2 minutes. I'll make it sound. So, oh no. Yeah, it was a mess because I got up the other morning and something was like, I put the bin in the box and I closed the box and I taped it up really well. And I'm looking on the label and I said, I don't even know, but I know that's the box. You know, I had to actually look because I didn't even see him at first. So, yeah, note to self. I didn't even put binder, and that was the box that I wanted to mark with an X because I wanted those two binders in case I needed to open something first. I didn't even put that on that box. But I'm tired. Those are actually the last boxes. So, but yes, let me get in here and get this little girl. Let's see, the table is clear. All that stuff is gone. So I will catch you all, and I don't know, towards the end of the week, and I will try to get a blog or two up before then. So, and definitely the curriculum, the sort of new things that I threw in mid-year and what we're going to use for the rest of this new year. Say good evening.
Good evening.
All right, thank you all. You real tired? Yeah, I'm tired. I'm so tired. I said I'm not sleepy tired. I'm just tired. This is just I'm ready for it to be over. That kind of tired. So, shalom.